lot of times you come into a neighborhood and you don't know what you're in for. As you come down the street here, and let's say, okay, I'm looking at some quick addresses and I can see that the claimant's house would be down this street. The quickest thing that you can do is when you pull on a street is assess the neighborhood as quickly as you can. Okay, I've got construction on one side, I got little kids working on another side, I've got a couple of houses for sale. I can see that the claimant's residence is right back about 3 houses down from the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down to the end of the street and find a logical place to turn around because I've already found my surveillance position. By quickly assessing what the neighborhood looks like, I could see that the claimant's house right across the street from a construction site, as well as a house for sale. So initially, my thinking would be on the first day of an assignment, hey, I'm not going to park real close to the house. I want to see if the person is coming or going. Is he a homebody? Is he someone that spends his entire day out? But the fact of the matter is there's a construction site going on. There's a dumpster, there's a couple of houses for sale, and there's a couple of other pickup trucks right across the street from the claimant's residence. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and put myself basically right across the street from the claimant's residence because of the fact of what's available to me. And what's available to me is an excellent surveillance position on a house that is basically being torn down. On top of that, I got myself a nice little shaded position, and I can sit here now. As you can see, I'll roll down my window briefly. Here you have a two-story or a single-story residence, station wagon at the house, some kid toys, lots of indications that there might be some outside activity. I'm making the assumption that the claimant hasn't left the house yet or hasn't been out recently because there's a couple of things on the gate to the residence. But again, I would take this surveillance position because if they came out, they're looking at it as you can see over here, construction going on at this house. This whole house is torn down. I could park here all day long. I got shade, and if the claimant does come out, I can get some really good videotape. The only downside is if the claimant gets into the white station wagon and departs, I'm not going to follow him. I would say that's the #1 required skill, is the ability to kind of assess a neighborhood as quickly as you can. You're always trying to find residences that have these blocked walls where there's no real view. Like if I'm working any of these houses here, when I come down the street and I see these types of residences where the whole side of the street is a blocked in wall, where I could park here basically all day long without anybody really paying much attention to me. So I would basically do a quick U-turn. I would put myself in a situation where I can tell by this tree right here, later half of the afternoon, I'll have some nice shade. I'll park my surveillance vehicle right here. And again, I've got block wall, block wall, block wall, block wall, and a perfect view of the claimant's residence from this location. So this is an ideal surveillance position. But you've got to be able to assess a neighborhood within seconds of pulling on that actual street. It's the investigator that keeps driving up and down the street 3, 4, or 5 times to try and find the ideal surveillance position. That's the person who ends up getting hot during the course of the day.